Nigeria is the greatest country in the world. Yes, I know a lot of you have so put Nigeria together with the government. No, the government, whatever the government of Nigeria does, it doesn't have anything to do with, or it doesn't define who we are as Nigerians. I'm making this video because of something someone dropped on the comment section. Most of you come to compare Nigeria to South Africa, and I've tried my best to keep it the way it is, but you guys are consistently comparing. And when I start, you guys will say, oh, I'm talking about South Africa, I shall allow South Africa rest. Why am I talking about South Africa? See, I know that you South Africans, you don't know your right. We Nigerians, we know our right. Even though our president has become so insensitive to say that when we protest, the people that protest, they are going to take them to court and all of that, even though he knows that the court will not support him, no matter how much he treats the judiciary or treats the law, we the citizens put him there. If at all he knows what democracy means, we put him there. So I think our government is the reason why people have the nerve to talk to us or disrespect us as Nigerians. We Nigerians know our right. No white man is in our country trying to tell us what to do. But you South Africans, white men live in your country. They actually tell you what to do. They tell you where to go to. The white men gave you an opportunity, a pass to go to certain areas in South Africa, but you guys never had the opportunity to go to certain places in South Africa until those white men gave you the go ahead on where and where to go to and where not to go to. And there are places in South Africa where you cannot have a house. Yes, there are places you cannot have a house. Racism is on the high in your country, but you do not see all those things as any problem. What you come for is to come for Nigerians. I read your comments on my comment section, and I just look at you and laugh, because you do not understand what Nigerians are. You don't understand who Nigerians are. If it comes to, okay, now let us talk about the music industry. Apart from Tyler, is it Tyler? They call her Tyler. They call her the girl that is even talking down on South Africans, the girl that is even disrespecting you people, disrespecting the culture. Is it the girl that you people want to say is the top in music industry? When you come to music industry, you see how we are. We are top. We are out there. I can mention 10 musicians before we even think of mentioning. Go to the right ranking of musicians in Africa. You see that Nigerians are always topping. Nigerians are always topping in every category. Nigerians are always topping. So you cannot even start. You can't even talk about the music industry. Let's talk about the movie industry. When it comes to producers, Nigerians have the highest producers. Nigerians have the highest actors, good quality actors. Go to the cinemas and see the kind of movies we have. How many Nigerian movies are on Netflix? How many South African movies are on Netflix? How many in the days of Brenda Fassie, that's her name? Yes, people had good people that could even bring good music. And after their demise, how many people do you have that sing good music in South Africa? How many? If it comes to the fashion industry, you people know that your celebrities still come to Nigeria to source for standard, standard fashion and everything they will need when it comes to fashion. Where do they host the AMVCAs? Have they ever hosted the AMVCAs in South Africa? No. They host it in Nigeria because Nigeria has the highest. In fact, when they win the Trailblazers, how many times have Nigeria won Trailblazers in the movie industry or in the entertainment industry? How many times have they won it? So when you talk about companies, yes, you brought companies here, Nigerians bought it over because Nigerians, they know how to spend the money. You live in your country and you live in abject poverty. You people are struggling with load shedding and you're coming for Nigeria. You're coming for Nigeria. Nigeria, if we don't have light, we don't have light. If we have light, we have light. I don't know if you understand. We have different bands. Band A, band B, band C. And if you can afford the band A, you stay on it. Everything Nigerians are suffering is based on the leadership. But in your own case, you don't even know what is going on in your country. Until we talk about it, you don't know. I'm so happy that one man came to one of my channels and said, that what I'm saying is true about South Africa. Because they don't even know what is going on in their country. They never talk about it because when they talk, even the media, the foreign media doesn't talk about the ills going on in South Africa. Are you talking about the unemployment rate in South Africa? You have the highest unemployment rate because people are so lazy. Yes, I'm saying it, most of you are lazy or just a few of you are doing great. Most of you are lazy. You don't go out there to hustle. But in Nigeria, most people are into content creating. How many South Africans are YouTubers? How many South Africans are Facebook content creators? How many South Africans are TikTok content creators? How many South Africans are Instagram content creators? How many? We are talking about the new money making, generation. How many of you? And when you want to talk, you call Nigerians. We are not your mates. Nigeria are not your mates. Oh. Nigerians they are in a class of their own. They are not your mates. You talk about passport. Somebody dropped on my comment and said Nigerian passport is the most useless. No, Nigerian passport is not the most useless passport in the world. Nigerian passport is what you people think in your head. It is just the same thing we are talking. You think you know a people by the way their government is misbehaving. Is that how much you think you know Nigeria? No, Nigerians are great people. Nigerians are industrious. Nigerians are hardworking. The only thing I feel is the undoing is the kind of leaders Nigerians keep bringing in because of corruption, nepotism, tribalism. Do you understand? But for our politicians, you would have seen where Nigeria will go to. Is that not why our Nigerian politicians have refused to allow the likes of P2B to be in power? And that is why you South Africans also, you have refused to allow Julius Malema to be in power, because they know that those guys are technocrats. They are people who would push our country to the height God has created them to be. If you go to, for example, we go to Anambra State, when it comes to academics, Nigerians will beat South Africans hands down. South Africans cannot even see our back. They can't. They can't see our back when it comes to all of those things. They cannot see our back. If it comes to like I mentioned in education, you can't see our back, because Nigerians are highly educated. Yes. Go to the World Bank. How many Nigerians have worked in the World Bank and currently working there? Go and find out. Do your research. You talk about the richest man in Africa is from Nigeria. Just recently, you know how Dangote's wealth can be. Today they will say he's the richest for 1 month. Then in South Africa will wake up one morning and say he's the richest. And then Dangote comes back again and tops it all. You want to talk about Dangote that they were begging him to buy us now? What are we talking about? You want to see wealth? Tell me which South Africa is richer than Davido's father? Is it because the man is not making noise? Is it because he doesn't talk? A man that will wake up today and want to buy aircraft and is buying a new one, not a fairly used, but tear leather. Do you know how many billionaires we have in Nigeria who are even in content creation alone? Do you know? And you wake up one morning and begin to talk down on Nigerians. Do you know who Nigerians are? Nigeria is better than South Africa 1,000,000 times plus. The only places in South Africa that is fine are places owned by the white. Let the white leave. Let them leave. Let Chinese people leave your country. Show me one thing that Chinese people came here in Nigeria to build. Show me one estate that is owned by the whites in Nigeria. And I will show you 1,000,000 estate that is owned by the whites in Johannesburg, in Pretoria, in your three. That is why, to show you how unorganized you are, you have 3 capitals in South Africa. Yes, the political side and the administrative side. You have 3 capitals in your country. If that is not enough confusion, you see other people, you fight them, then which means you have a bad spirit. We in our country, when we see visitors, when we see foreigners, we welcome them. We treat them fairly. In fact, at some point, we began to even say that we treat foreigners better than we treat ourselves. Do you know what it means? Go to aviation. In aviation, like in the aircraft business, both selling parts and all of those things, Nigerians are top. Would you want us to tell you who we are? You already know who we are. If it comes to sports, we are number 1. Forget about the mistake our health minister did. And it still boils down to corruption, the kind of leaders that we choose. Because how can a lawyer be sent to go and head the Ministry of Sports? And that is why that thing happened. Can you keep can a Wike become a sports minister and that will happen in the Olympics? So you understand. See, when we talk about sports, Nigerians are tops. Go travel outside the country and see how Nigerians are best in mathematics, best in volleyball, best in badminton, best in almost everything, best in boxing. Football, we are number 1. Can you beat that? You South Africans, can you beat that? Your best right now, the only person that won gold medal for you people is from Nigeria, but his mother is South African. His father is Nigeria. Why have you people not celebrated him? You people are just a bunch of shame.